illegal aliens knowing that they're illegal.
For sure.
Don't tell me that he tricked you.
No.
That you knew.
Yes.
You knew it was a fake social security number
Right.
when there was a Mexican named Tyrell Jenkins
Yeah.
working for you. We all know Tyrell
Right.
is not Mexican.
Yeah.
And there's more than 3 numbers in your social security number.
And my friend goes, well, I don't think that's the case. I go, it's really simple. If we don't hire them, Mexicans won't come to this country. It's that simple. He goes, no, it's not true. I go, wow. Talk to somebody from Guatemala and ask them if any Mexicans have ever come into Guatemala.
Right, yes.
And their response will be one time, but there's no work
Right.
and they never came back. They have never returned.
Exactly. There's a reason.
It's so stupid. There's the
true.
lack of common sense and there's more stupid people because we save them.
Right.
So and they grow up not knowing they're stupid.
Right. Yeah.
So when I was a kid, when you were a kid growing up, if you were stupid, your parents would let you know.
Exactly. That's how I turned out not to be a dumb kid, because
Right.
I was told that I was being stupid.
Right? They would smack you in the back of the head and
Right.
say, "Stop being stupid."
There you go. So I stopped being stupid.
Right? Kids today have no idea they're dumb.
Oh,
Like I have a friend who's a mechanic, and he knows that he's dumb, and he knows that being a mechanic, he was an overachiever.
Yeah.
Happiest human being I know.
Loves it.
Because he knows. Like I tell him, dude, man, you make good money. You got a
Yeah.
nice house. He's like, I know, man. Who would have thought, bro?
Right.
My dumbass. I actually know how to fix cars. And I respect him so much. Because I'm like, dude, you are the epitome of what America's like.
Totally.
To me, that's the dream. That's the American dream.
Right.
How many of us are really going to ever make it to the point where you can afford a second home in Naples, Florida?
Right. Yeah.
Less than
Tough.
1%.
For sure. It's
That's
like winning
not
a
the
lottery.
American dream.
No, that's a lottery.
The American dream is stupid Pedro Salazar, who got a D average and now makes $28 an hour fixing cars. That is a success story, people.
That's story. That's
His
right.
mother sells creepy chicken, but he owns a house. He owns a house.
She also makes a mean fellatio fish.
Well, thank God she doesn't have a mean fellatio fish. That would be worse.
I want to go swimming in that river where the fellatio fish are.
But we take America for granted. I mean, we really do. Like
Oh, yeah.
he and I, my opening act, Cisco, recently went. And by the way, get near a microphone, bro, because your name's coming up. We ended up in Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
They have really strict rules over there.
Not just that, dude. Guess who the fattest person in that whole entire country was?
Oh, man.
Okay, in my defense,
In
there was
See, there's
Brit.
there's a typical American right there.
Right, in my defense.
In my defense, why do you have to defend the fact that you're fat?
there was other fat people there,
Uh-huh.
but I was the fattest one, but they don't eat what we eat.
No. What do they eat over there?
Not McDonald's.
They don't have a McDonald's in
Oh, yeah,
Abu
they-
Dhabi?
They have a McDonald's, but they eat like a bunch of like hummus and stuff like that.
It's a
They
big mouth.
have
it's
they
a lot
have a lot of
healthier.
McDonald's.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I know this because he calls downstairs and he goes, "Do they have a McDonald's?" And the guy was like, "We have a McDonald's. Yes, we do. It's not even far. You can walk there." We walked down. He goes, "Hey, I'm the one that called him on McDonald's." He looked at him, saw how fat he was, and went, "You should take a cab."
What's messed up is he should have known I was fat because I was breathing hard on the phone.
Right.
So he
He
should
was
have
like,
told me to
I
take
don't think
cab.
you want to walk. And then he tried to be like, not because, it's hot. It's really hot.
Right,
That's the
yeah,
problem.
that's what it is.
You will sweat, you will chafe. What chafe? What are you doing?
I was mad until we got to McDonald's. Then I was like, you know what? It was worth the cab
All
ride.
worth it,
Yeah,
right.
it was all worth the cab ride.
The Abu Dhabi cab ride was all
Yeah,
worth it.
It was all worth it.
But he is that guy.
Yeah.
He's that guy. Like, he's the kind of guy that'll go on this really strict regimented diet.
Oh, yeah.
Lose 40 pounds of that 90% fat. Like, just killing it.
Yeah.
And the day it's over,
Right.
we're at a McDonald's.
See, this is what happened.
He gets the 10-piece chicken McNuggets,
Right.
the Big Mac, and a double quarter pounder with cheese.
That's a lot of food.
With a large Coke.
That's a lot of.
I will order what he orders. The
Yeah.
difference is you'll come into my room and go, why are all these hamburgers on your bed with one bite on each one?
Right.
Like, that's me. I'll be like, I know I wanted just, why did I order that?
I don't want that.
I know I wanted this burrito from McDonald's. Why did I order that? And then there's just like taco sauce and ketchup on my bed. And me waking up the next day going, I need to stop smoking that stuff.
Right, yeah.
What is wrong with
I want 30
me?
things at McDonald's and you take a bite out of one.
But this dude feels guilty because his father used to, he had that strict father who, if you don't finish your food.
Oh yeah. My dad was a mean person.
Man.
Yeah, he would embarrass me in public, and then at home he'll be like, "I love you, son."
What?
That like it would be like, yeah, like that was his thing. Like
Wow.
he like when he came over one time, he told him stories about how he tried to drown me and stuff.
What?
Yeah.
But that was a great story.
He tried to drown you?
Well, okay, wait. Look, it's his fault.
What happened?
No, see, here's what it is. He is that son that had the strict dad,
Right.
who every time the dad said don't do something, he was gonna do it.
Oh, yeah. Don't touch
And
it.
now,
Don't touch it.
as an adult, he's like, my dad beat my ass.
Yeah.
He told you he was gonna beat your ass.
You had
How did he almost drown him? He
because
told him, don't go out on that little dinghy. Don't go out on that boat.
Yeah.
Don't get on that boat. Who got on the boat? He got on the
But
boat.
he didn't want me
So
to
what?
get on the boat because I was
It
with
doesn't
other
matter.
kids. Okay.
A man who beats your ass frequently told you not to get on a boat. Don't get on the boat.
The man has a history. Yeah,
Listen,
doing this, yes.
we grew up Jehovah's Witness. My dad was not the happiest person.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah,
like
yeah.
he was not happy. Maybe a couple things I was my fault. I'll take that. But,
Right.
but for the most part, he was not a happy person. So
Yeah.
he would just, and he would be mad if like there was paper on the floor.
Wow.
And I was his only son, so
Oh.
if I didn't know a Phillips screwdriver from a flathead, oh man,
Right.
dude, I
You
would
gotta
get
learn
beat
that.
with it.
Well, I agree with your dad. What kind of a man? What kind of a man doesn't know?
I was 4.
That
I was 4.
When you look at it.
Dude,
I just wanted to see the Power Rangers. That's it.
I was born in
I was
Honduras,
building
and as soon as I came out, there were 2 screwdrivers in my hands. As soon as I came out, my father was like, "Let's do some work." Okay, Dad. I mean, but he told you not to get on the boat, and you got on the boat. You knew he was gonna kick your ass.
Yeah, but I didn't think I was gonna get caught.
Wow.
So see, this
No,
this
he
is,
tried to drown me. This is what happened. He found out that I got on the boat.
well, first
so
of all, he wasn't gonna let you die out there.
he would have if it wasn't for my mom. I think that's like I
Your
would have been dead if it wasn't for my mom.
Wow.
Yeah, my mom stopped him from doing a lot of crazy stuff. But he got into his swimming trunks and he
Well,
drank.
that's a good mom, right?
Right.
Yeah, my
Marries
mom.
a man who beats her kids and then tells them don't go too far.
My mom was like. My mom was like,
What a good mom! What a good. Hey, mom, maybe you could have been good at your choice in husbands.
My dad wasn't all that bad though. He punched me in the eye one time, right?
Well, that's a great story, of course.
And one of my blood vessels popped, so one of my eyes was like really red.
Oh my God.
And he felt bad, so he didn't send me to school for a week, and he bought me a PlayStation.
Oh.
But the PlayStation 2 was already out.
Oh,
Right? So,
yeah.
and I was like, you know what? If he punches me in the other eye and it pops,
You get a PS2.
maybe he'll get me a PS2 this
That's
time.
I love. You see, like you're a battered child, bro. You really are.
Right.
'Cause
I
think
didn't
about
do
what you
it.
just said. You said he was good one time. He punched me in the eye,
Yeah.
and then blood vessels came out, and so he didn't let me go to school. And he bought me a PlayStation.
Right.
Never in that story did he take you to a doctor. That is the part of the story that's missing, bro. That like you look at you, you're like, well, at least he bought me something, right?
The only time we ever went to the doctor.
You're like those. You're like those women. He apologizes after he does, and I see it in his eye. He means it. And
Dinner
look,
was cold.
I shouldn't have done that. And he told me not to
I'm
microwave
the man I am
food.
today because of him.
Yeah.
I'm not a good man, but I'm the man I am. Nah, but he was
Give or take.
give or take a couple punishments that he gave me.
See,
But-
because my dad, I guess, would have been similar to your dad, but I listened. And my dad, this guy's met my dad.
But
My
see-
father is barely 5 feet,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
and he's missing a thumb.
Oh my God.
which is weird.
And yet, whenever my dad told me to do something, I did it.
Right.
Or said not to do it,
Right.
I didn't do it.
Because he could kick your ass.
Dude, I respected him.
Right.
And he rarely hit me. I mean, he rarely actually.
You didn't have to.
It was maybe 2 or 3 times in my lifetime.
Right.
I feel like parents like put that general threat out there, like they will do it.
Yeah.
They're prepared to.
Yeah.
And then the kid respects the hell out of them, right?
No, my dad went through it all the time.
Right.
There was no.
He just
there
actually
was
did
no.
it.
Yeah, he just actually.
There was no
did.
warning.
But you
Yeah.
knew the rules and you broke them.
No, it wasn't all the time though. Like it wasn't that I broke.
Okay,
the
so
rules
when
all
did he
the time.
beat you because you didn't break a rule? By the way, I'm not on his side.
I got.
because I'm sounding.
It
pro.
sounds like he's on his side.
I feel like he's
It sounds like you're on my dad's side.
No, I'm not. I'm just okay. He
My
was
dad-
crazy,
my
but
dad
you challenged him knowing the end result.
Oh.
Yeah, a lot of times, but there's times I didn't challenge him. Like there was, like honest. This is probably the worst beating I ever got. Was there was a stain on, like there was like somebody dropped something. It wasn't me. I used to
didn't
go
do
play
it.
basketball and like never be home just so I wouldn't get beat up.
Right, yeah.
So so I come home and my dad comes home at the same time, and he's like, "Who did that?" And everybody pointed at me because I was the guy that always got. It was 4 of us kids.
Right.
Like
So
so
they
they
knew.
would blame me. Everybody would be like, "Yeah, he's gonna get it, right?"
Well, that's not your dad's fault. That's your sister's fault.
No, and
They
after,
threw you under the
but
bus,
then,
bro.
But then when the truth came out, we'd be like, "Well, he learned his lesson."
Right.
Like, well, there was no lesson to be learned. There was no lesson to be learned. Like, it's just, all right, well, I got beat up for no reason.
Yeah.
And what was the lesson, by the way?
The lesson was, you're a man. You're gonna get a beating from time to time.
Right.
And my dad, and I could never lose a fight either. Like, if I ever got into a fist fight with somebody, my dad would be like, "I taught you how to fight." And be like, "No, I actually lost a lot of your fights."
Dude, I've been playing the brand new Tekken, and your dad sounds like he sounds like the lead character in there who literally he kills his kid because he's teaching his kid how to fight.
Yeah.
And then he knocks his kid out and throws him over a cliff.
They learned how to fight, didn't they?
My dad stopped beating. I'll tell you the day my dad stopped beating me.
When you kicked his ass?
Yeah, I kicked his ass so bad.
You
one
kicked
time.
his ass?
Yeah, because I got tired. I was like 15.
Oh
I
my
had
God.
muscles. I was skinny. You know, like I'm not. You know, I was.
I would
skinny,
say you were the shell of the man that you are now. But I think that
I
you
was-
put on a shell since then.
I was half the man I was then. So I came home and I got in an argument with my stepbrother because he came from Dominican Republic, got papers or whatever, and he embarrassed me in front of like my friends in high school. So when he went to the backyard, got a hammer.
You know what? I
Yeah.
love that this is such a Latino fight.
Yeah, sure is.
It is so like I'm glad that you're telling it because if it was you, you'd be getting stereotypes of like, oh really, the Latino hit somebody with a cleaning instrument. That's exactly what happened. The Dominican picked up his mother's.
Sounds like Latino Thunderdome is what
Right. So
Vacuum cleaners and hammers.
so you get a vacuum cleaner, he gets a hammer. This is so good.
So I get
The maid and the
he goes, gets a
construction
hammer.
worker.
He gets a hammer and the extension cord to tie me up.
Oh, with an extension cord.
He
This
gets
is.
an extension cord to tie me up, and my mom comes in the middle. And goes,
I
"This is
feel
too
like
far."
you guys are gonna build something and clean it.
Yeah.
That's what this feels like.
Maybe.
And yet, there's gonna be a fight, isn't there?
That's it.
No, and he actually, my mom stopped it, so we never really got like deep into the fight. And I moved out at 15.
Wow.
Yeah, I moved out at
Oh my
15.
God.
I had to go get a job at Wendy's.
Now what's it like with your dad now? You guys
He
hang out?
passed away last year.
Oh man, I'm sorry to hear
Yeah,
that.
no, don't worry about it. It's fine.
Right.
He's like, I'm good.
No, it's
He
not,
was
like,
he
I was sad
was
for a little bit.
conflicted. He
I
was
yeah,
conflicted.
Right.
I was sad.
There was a part of him because I would get the bipolar. Him. This is what I would get. We'd be on a drive, you know, because I like driving. So I didn't fly to Naples. I flew to Miami, drove up. And on drives like that, you know, he'd be like, man, I don't care if my dad dies. I don't care. He was a bad dad, dude. And I'd say, do you really mean that? He's like, yeah, I really, you know what? It means nothing to me. He was there. I moved out, and that's it. And then his mom would call him up and go, today might be your dad's last day, and he'd start crying. I should go talk to my father. He did the best that he could. I don't know how I feel. Why do I love him? I hate him. I hate him. I hate him.
You know,
It
but
was
like,
it was like a bad song, like a bad country song.
Yeah.
I love my father and I hate his ass. like you know what I mean? Like
but I can't listen. Like, and something that he made me realize is that I can't really blame him for how he brought me up. He grew up worse than I did.
Right. So he didn't know. He thought he
yeah,
was doing you a
He
favor.
was in Dominican Republic where it was legal to do half the things he did to me.
all the
So,
things.
Yeah.
All the things.
So it's,
Wow, right.
so it's like,
Yeah.
So I can't really blame him.
Yeah.
You know, but
Actually, from his perspective, you probably got off easy.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He thought he was like, being world star
Pro-
dad. You know,
probably.
like
Right.
awesome.
Because I remember his whole thing would be like, son, there's no book to be a father. That was how he started every conversation
Right.
when he wanted to apologize to
Yeah.
me for beating me so bad.
Actually, by the way, there were books. Just so he knows, and just so you know, bro,
Yeah.
there were books. Like, books didn't start in the 2000s.
Right.
Just so
Yeah.
you know.
You're right. But you know what?
There were books. Dude, Doctor, what was it? Not Dr. Seuss.
Spock.
Dr. Spock.
Yeah,
There you
Dr.
go.
Spock.
See, there was a dude named Dr. Spock. See, old people know it. Dude, this dude was telling people how to raise kids, like in the 50s, 60s. Yeah, your dad just wanted to whoop your ass. But I get it, dude. I get it. Like,
It's fine.
my parents didn't
Yes.
beat me enough that I want to get revenge on them through my son.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I could understand it. You know?
Right.
I could understand that kind of hate, because that's what happened to me in comedy, right? Like, the reason why a lot of young comics used to hate me was because I came in the change of the guard. When I was growing up as a stand-up, if a celebrity or somebody with a TV show came in, they
Right.
bumped us.
Yep.
And we were okay with that.
Sure.
But by the time I started doing stand-up in the mid-90s is when Gen X started coming around.
Yeah.
And they were like, well, I have a spot. I don't understand why Carlos is going on. They're like, because he has a TV show. Yeah, but he doesn't have a spot. And they're like, no, this is how it works.
Yeah.
Well, this is not fair. I don't
fair.
like it. And so now looking back, I go, okay, I understand, because part of me was pissed. It's like, wait a minute.
Right.
They did this to me.
Yeah.
Why can't I do it to you?
Yeah.
You know what I felt like? I felt like the last pledge, right, in a fraternity, right before they got rid of hazing.
Right. Yes.
Right?
Last one.
And I'm the one where they're like, all right, what are we going to do to them?
Yeah.
And you can't haze anymore.
You had to do.
You put a toilet plunger in? Oh, are you serious? I had a bat and a toilet plunger ready with a marker to see who. Oh, no, come on. I'm the last one. Oh, don't you look at me like that, Mikey. Don't you look at me like that. Like, that's how I felt. It was like,
Right.
it's not fair.
Yeah,
So do you
it's
think
true.
you're going to be able to not hit your kid?
I think I won't be able, I think I'm not gonna hit my kid. I think I'll get mad and say some things I might regret, but other than that, I'm not gonna hit him.
Yeah.
Like I might say some things where he'd be like, he was a little mean, because I don't know how to control my temper yet.
Yeah.
Like I have a really bad temper.
And
Like,
and
really bad.
And your dad used to like embarrass you in public, and
Oh
you
yeah, and that's, that's one of my pet peeves.
yeah, but you
Yeah.
but the problem is sometimes there's nothing happening and it's all in your head.
No, there's something there, but
No.
it's not all like to you guys. It'll be like, oh, it's normal,
Right.
but to me, it's like it's a big deal.
You
'Cause
hyper focus on
Yeah,
it.
like
right?
like
It's
for you guys, it'll be
magnified.
like, oh, this is nothing, but to me, it'll be like, you know what, this is like very embarrassing.
brings
to me.
back bad memories.
Yeah, like, and maybe it's bad memories, but you know, because my dad, we always grew up like my dad was like, don't embarrass us in public. You know, like, he was like, don't embarrass us in public, or if not, you know
but
what's gonna happen.
you do realize that embarrass is such a wide and vague term, bro.
Which is why I get embarrassed very easily. Like it's just,
Yeah,
you
but
know,
there are times when there's something that's not embarrassing and you take it as that.
okay, like example, he put up a picture of a fat girl on his Instagram, right?
Uh-huh.
But it didn't
Wait.
show the face.
Didn't show the face.
Sure.
Didn't show
It
the
was
face.
just, you know, the stomach area, and he goes, "Is she pregnant or fat?" And in my head, I'm like,
But it was,
oh.
by the way, it wasn't. It was one of those women where when you see her, you literally don't know if she's pregnant or fat.
Yeah.
Like if she's fat in the perfect baby places. So I didn't post where it was. I didn't post who it was. I cut off her neck. You can't tell. And I posted it.
And I'm like, you know, you're kind of embarrassing fat people right now.
Oh.
Like, you know, and me doing, you know, not thinking
So
correctly.
Did that make you embarrassed too? I mean,
No,
even
like
seeing
I
stuff
wasn't
like that?
embarrassed. I just felt bad for the lady that he took the picture of.
Right.
Like
Even
in my
though her
head,
face
it's like,
isn't in it.
yeah, because like she knows who she is. You know what I'm saying? Like if she ever saw that picture, she was like, oh my god, I was there.
Right.
You know,
that
like,
was me.
Yeah, like
I can
I
tell
would
that's
be-
my shirt. And
Yeah,
my
like I can tell. Like if he ever posts a picture of just my mid-body section,
Uh-huh.
I know my mid-body section.
Really?
But
I look
wait,
like an
here's-
exploded.
yeah. But here's the difference. You have like the wherewithal and the know-withal to drape your clothes, right?
Yeah.
Your clothes drape. You're a heavy-set guy, and you know that you should drape.
And I'm cute. So, but
But here's the difference. Well, you couldn't tell if she was cute or not because I cut off her head.
no, I said I'm cute.
Her
she was
shirt,
horrible.
her blouse was so tight that she accentuated the fat.
Oh, that's a
Yeah.
And when you go out wearing tight stuff and you're overweight and I can't tell if you're fat or pregnant,
Yeah.
dude, you're invading my visual space at this point.
So
Right?
she's like an extra large, but she's trying to rock like a medium. You know what I mean?
That's exactly what it was.
Yeah. So-
and she didn't have a lot of fat coming out the sides. It was almost just in the front.
Just in the front.
And but it looked weird. Yeah. And I
She
thought,
looked like an exploded airbag.
Wow.
Yeah, like it was hanging.
now had she been like a normal heavy-set person and wore something loose, I never would have had the opportunity to take that picture.
Yeah, like you'll never see me in a tight shirt.
Yeah.
Like I'll never.
Never happened.
I'll
You're not
never.
gonna
I don't
wear,
want.
like, Under Armour.
Yeah, and then I'm always afraid that my butt crack is gonna show.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm always
That's
worried
a
about
given.
that. I just like mentally.
Right.
My mind's assaulting
So
me.
here's the dichotomy, and this is where I laugh. After all that he says that, no problem taking off his shirt in public.
Right.
No problem showing the orangutan boobs and the ass crack with the gut. That is no problem with. Just not the tight shirt. That's embarrassing.
Like I'll never go, but I'll do it for a laugh. Like comedy
Right.
wise, I won't go to the beach and take off my shirt.
No.
No, I would
I
never.
get it.
I
Shirt
used
guy.
to,
Uh-huh.
but now it's like
Yeah, you will.
But
No,
then you realize
I won't.
Don't you
Actually, I
realize
won't.
too that people really don't care? Like no one's really looking at you like that, or no one's really judging you that much. I mean, there's a million
I
people
feel
out there.
opposite. I feel like
You feel like
everybody's
everyone's looking at you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like that's how I really like it.
No.
And it's just recently. It's probably the last 5 years that.
Well, it's probably because we were in Abu Dhabi and everybody was looking at
You gotta tell them what happened.
you.
With
Like
that
that's the
story.
one time that was, dude. He was such a bizarre thing to watch to the people over there that women in burqas are not supposed to look at men.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
And you would see like the women in the full-on burqas totally do the head twist.
They'd actually take their burqa off.
Dude, they would open the curtain like, what? And then close it again.
So do they treat you like a god over there?
No, not at all.
Oh, no. In
That's
Samoa, he would be a god.
right,
In Samoa,
They're,
he
they
would
were
be a
really,
god.
they're really nice about it. Like we went to go get a kondura, right?
Uh-huh.
Which is
Kanduras are the ones that the sheiks wear.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's the white top
yeah,
with
yeah.
the white bottom.
Nice.
And by the way, in the heat, it really does keep you cool.
That's what I heard. Yeah,
So we
it's
go
weird.
to get a kandura, and we go to the top floor, and the guy looks at me and he goes, "So what is going on?" And I go, "I'm traveling, and I saw you. They put on the Twitter. I saw this. You're performing. Hey, great, good. So you want kandura?" I go, "Yeah, I want." So each one is made specific to every person. So we will take your measurements. You're here for a bit? Yeah, we're just downstairs eating. Okay, you come here, we do this, we take your measurement. 1 hour, you come back, we tailor it. You have kondura. That's
Awesome.
it. 1 hour, we take care of it.
Sounds good.
I go, great, do the measurements.
Perfect.
They go, you want one too? And he goes, yeah. So they take his measurements and they go, yours in an hour, yours 2 weeks.
I was mad. Because I was like, I won't be here in 2 weeks.
Right.
So I
To
was
his
like-
face, by the way, to his
Yeah.
face. He goes, 2 weeks, it take 2 weeks.
But there was, and they were doing that whole smiling and rubbing your back thing. And I was like, you know what? I was like, hey man, don't touch
he
me.
never did that to me, bro. He never did
I
that
was
to
like,
me.
don't touch me, man. Just get 2
He
fronts
just-
and make one kondura. I don't care if I have a pocket in the back.
Oh, that is
But
great.
they're nice people, though. They were really nice people.
That's awesome.
Especially when we were taking pictures with the camel.
That's great.
Yeah.
You guys are awesome.
Dude, let me tell you the story really quick. So
Yes.
we go on a safari, and it's a long story, but here's what happens. We go to the safari, and it's like an oasis in the middle of nowhere in the sand. There's this giant hill, and this kid runs up the hill, because he'd been there before, and they had snowboards up there.
What?
So you get on a snowboard, and you come,
Badass.
dude,
Down sand.
it is
That
awesome.
would be cool.
Right? It
All
took
the
the
fun
kid-
of
it-
snowboarding without the cold.
It took the
Yeah.
kid about 45 seconds to run to the top of the hill and, a few seconds to come down.
That's awesome.
So Cisco sees it and goes, I want to do it.
Yeah,
Bro,
of
it
course.
took him 45 minutes to get up that hill.
Because I didn't know you sink. I had no idea.
Right,
The more
yeah.
you wait,
You
the
gotta be
more
nimble.
you sink. It's
So
like
he
quicksand.
gets to the top, right? And the kid shows him what to do. He gets on the cusp of the hill, leans forward, and just goes down the hill.
Wow.
So the kid shows him. So he gets on the cusp and starts sinking into the sand. He leans forward and no movement whatsoever. And he got embarrassed, so I turn around and I go, oh my God. I look up. He's rolling down the hill.
Oh my
That's the fastest way down.
He just rolls down the
Way down.
So we get to the bottom of the hill, and one of the guys saw it, and he goes, and the day laborers over there are from India. So
Yeah.
most of the people come in from India to do the labor work. So there's a Hindu guy going, listen, I saw what happened, but don't worry, it's time to take a picture with camel. So take a picture with the camel, and it'll look great.
Makes it all
So
better.
it's a big line, and we're at the back of the line. This camel is trained. Camel gets down, right? People get on top of it. The camel gets up, looks at the camera, take a picture.
Wow.
Gets down.
Yeah.
People get off. People get on. Gets up. Looks at the camera. Take a
an
picture.
awesome camel.
The thing
Yeah.
is trained. The
He's
thing is
camera
trained.
ready all the time.
He's perfect. It gets to us. The camel gets down. He looks at Cisco. Goes right back up. Doesn't wait. Doesn't wait for Cisco to get up.
And I'm like, I go, hey man, like tell this camera to get down. I want to take a picture with the camera.
And the guy goes, no, take it next to the camera. Next to the camera. It's a better picture. It's a much better picture. And even the camel had to look like, please don't make him get on top.
Self-preservation.
Even the camels, bro,
Right.
recognized
Man,
how heavy he was. That's a real story, bro.
Smart camel.
That's a very smart camel.
That's
Can't lie.
great. It is going to be so much fun seeing you guys this weekend at the Off the Hook Comedy Club. Cisco, the great Carlos Mencia.
Thank you, guys.
so
Appreciate
much
you. All
for
the
coming
love.
in. Always great to have you here. Call them at 389-6901, or you can buy the tickets online. Go to offthehookcomedy.com. But Carlos is in town tonight through Sunday. Make sure you get tickets to these sold-out shows, and we'll see you when you come back, man.
Love you, brother.
You too,
Great,
bro.
great time.
Quick break. We'll be right back. That was awesome.